Are you 30 years old, mid-20s? This is the video that's going to help you remain sane. So many times what I find, especially with me living my life, I'm 30 years old now. I have a beautiful family, have a wife, have a son. And truthfully, what I found now is that I found myself in my early 20s, mid-20s, battling with myself, feeling as if I wasn't as far as I should be in life. I'm going to tell you something. For you all that's 30 years old, a little over 30 years old, I'm going to explain something to you. A lot of people find success actually when they're 40, in their mid-40s. They find that level of success that finally makes them comfortable. Now, am I saying that this has to be your story? It does not. We're living in a time today where there's many things that we can do to obtain a level of success that's unheard of. Understand this, you have to tap into your inner self, and most of all, you have to put God first. If you read the word and follow God, everything else, it will add on to you. So number one, I'm gonna tell you this, put God first. You have to. That is the way. God is the way. Because at the end of the day, one thing that I know for sure is that my life, your life, his life, her life, every life is going to eventually come to an end. And who will we have to face at that end is God. So I recommend you not chasing money, not chasing after a career, but understanding that God understands the things that we need. And if we seek him first, those simple little things will be added on to us. That's number one, right? I just want to tell you that. Number two, relax. Relax. You are not behind. I'm going to tell you the difference between us and our parents' generation. See, most of the time our parents, if you notice, they never really struggled with the same issue that we're having. It's just the truth. They didn't have to deal with this. You want to know why? Because back then, there was no such thing as the internet. That's just the truth. The internet did not exist. So the only way they were in competition, because I know you know the saying, don't keep up with the Joneses. It's 10 out of 10 they were probably feeling some type of way about the person literally on their street, which is crazy. Like, let's just say there's 5 houses on the street and they probably felt some type of way about the people down the street. But in our time frame, a lot of our insecurities and the way that we truthfully feel inside is because we have something called social media. And what social media is it's a place where you take a picture. It's an environment. You take a picture or you record a video and you look as happy as you possibly can for that second. Or like a lot of people, they stand in front of other people's cars or do certain things to make it seem like they have obtained a level of success. And what that does to us is we then look at that and we start comparing. Well, this person's my age. Why have I not accomplished all the things that they've accomplished? That sends us way off path. And I always tell people like this, the internet can be a great tool if it's God used. Now, what I believe the internet is, it's truly an attack from the enemy, because I don't really see much good coming from the internet, but I see a whole lot of bad. There's people that have killed themselves, literally committed suicide behind not feeling worthy, behind feeling as if they'll never amount to anything. And this was based off of what they've seen on the internet or what they've heard. Some people are bullied, or some people just look at other people and feel like they will never amount to enough. So understand, if the internet is not being used in a godly way, then it's a tool to attack us. And most of the time, we're being attacked by this tool and it's throwing us off path. Now, you have to understand, life takes time to run its course. So just because somebody's 30 years old and you feel as if they've made it to a point where you would like to be, that does not mean you're behind. And the funny thing is, I dealt with something very similar where in life I felt like I was behind, and I just kept seeking God and moving my feet and working hard, and before you know it, I ended up making more money than all of my peers, all of my friends. So you have to understand that God has a timing for you. Do not beat up on yourself. All right, number 3, listen, stay focused. Stay focused on the game plan. Keep moving your feet, keep executing, keep praying, and keep maneuvering and staying focused. Right now, you have to understand something. I would say 9 out of 10 at the age of 30, or 8 out of 10, you have a family. So whatever you do, do not get lost in reaching for success so much to the point where you do not have time for your family. It literally just happened to me as I was in the stock market, and I was making good moves in the beginning, and it took over my life. It started to consume me. And the way that God ripped me out of it was I ended up losing about $12,000. And I didn't take it as I'm devastated that I took such a big hit. I more so took it as, God, I know exactly what you're doing. You came for me. You saved me. Because in the season that I'm in, I'm missing it. I live in a condo right now with my family, and I prayed for this as a young kid, just to be able to, take care of my family, love my family, be there, be responsible, don't need anybody but God in my family. And God gave me everything that I ever prayed for, including my wife. And I'm gonna tell you something. I was so blinded by reaching more success to the point where my vision became narrow. And every day was a conversation about the stock market. I was thinking about it, dreaming about it, couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, dealing with anxiety. And eventually God came for me. And I say this to tell you this. In the season that you're in, you have to realize that most of the things around you, you have already prayed for. And you have them. You actually have them. You cannot be upset that you prayed for a car, and as of right now, it's a car that you don't love, or a car that your heart truly possibly didn't desire. But you asked for a car. And understand, God is a God that He's a God of integrity. So understand there's steps in life. God is not going to just hand you a Lamborghini. He wants you to mature. He wants you to take care of what you have and love what you have before He sends that next gift. So a lot of things that we prayed for, we have now, and we're not accepting them because we're lost. I don't know what step I was on, because this is coming off the top of the head, but I think I was on number 4. Number 4. Stay positive. Always remember, everything that you're going through is going to work for your good. A lot of us, we get lost in the fact that we believe the things that happen to us is just a trick from the enemy, and it's here to destroy us, and how am I going to make it out of this? Understand, even if the enemy throws a curveball into your life, 100%, God is going to take that same curveball, and what was meant for harm in your life, He will turn it to good. Allow yourself to learn, listen, and love every obstacle that you run into, because it is building you in a way that you can't even imagine. And understand, if obstacles was not a part of our life, we would not have the mental capability to continue in life, to overcome. The reason why you face things is to become stronger in the areas that you are weak. And what you do with those things that you face is you go to the next person who's facing those and make their journey a little easier by giving the advice that you wish you had. But it's a first for everything. And a lot of times we are facing the first. Understand that. Number 5. It's simple. I'm going to just say this one's simple. And I probably mentioned these words and some of those steps previously, but just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. At the age of 30, we're still young. We're still young. 100%, we are still young. It may feel as if we're aging. It may feel as if you're 1,000 years behind. Whatever it may be, that's really, really just bothering you, making you stagnant. Understand this. We're still young. Sometimes I can't believe how young we are. Like, I still bake cookies. I never would have thought as a kid at the age of 30 years old there was grown men baking cookies. So I'm going to tell you, keep that youth, keep that fire under you, and keep going. Just focus on your family and love your family and let your family and your situation be the motivation. Now, you may run into some God-fearing people on the internet that will give you the same advice like me, but I'm going to tell you straight up. You need to keep going, and you do not need to give up. You need to look at your family as the motivation. You need to move your feet, have faith, get in that Bible, pray, and understand that your time is coming. Imagine living a life where you have no one to lean on. Do you know how most people would have probably just ended it for themselves? And I hate to put it that way, but I'm going to tell you what should keep you going. What should keep you going is when you're grinding in silence, there's a God that's watching you, and nothing you do goes unknown. So do you realize all you have to do is keep working hard, and God is going to reward you? Stop looking for life to reward you when you are made in the image and the likeness of God. God is going to reward you, and God is going to love you continuously. No matter what you do, as long as you keep coming back to Him, you repenting, you keep changing, you keep elevating as a human being, and keep trying, understand that God is present. God loves you, you're worthy, and He's there, He's present. So keep on this journey, and I'm here for you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to all of my people that's just hitting 30, mid-20s, mid-30s, all ages. I feel like all ages can literally get something from this video. So stay focused, stay blessed. It's your boy Cameron Teron, and I thank you all for tuning in. And if you need anything, comment below, because I'm here. All right, y'all, be easy.